Hey, my YouTube family, and once again, welcome to my cheesy little channel. The video, or the, excuse me, the picture that you're looking at right now was taken 3 days ago by Dale's niece, and this was on the property that I have recently purchased, and it was alongside one of the old dilapidated lean-tos. Now, as long as I have been going out there, I have never seen this dog or whatever it is there. And Dale, his as far as his recollection, hasn't seen it, and his niece hasn't seen it. So we even went as far as to kind of do the uh, the 5 mile country drive, and just kind of went around to neighbors and farmers in that area to see if they've seen this or might have heard of somebody seeing it, or anything that might give us a clue. But nobody has seen it. So it very well could even be a drop off, which I hope it's not. Um, but I'm not sure what it is. I'm not saying it's has anything to do with me, obviously, but it's just strange. It just kind of shows up there. I don't know, maybe Patricia or War Criminal or Jeff. Maybe you guys can identify it. I don't think it's a cross between anything, or like a wolf, a coyote, or a wolf or a German Shepherd or anything like that. It does look like one of those white German Shepherds, or there's another name for them. I can't remember. It has to do because of their white coat. I don't know if they come from Russia or where it is. But anyway, if you can identify it or give me a clue what it might be, let me know. But excuse me. I just found it, or we found it kind of odd that it just, shows up on that particular piece of property. And the Prince's leaves are massive. I wish this photo was actually taken by his niece, like I said, and she had downloaded it from I think her phone. She might have taken it on a digital camera. I'm not sure, but anyway, and then she processed it off of her copying machine, and I got this picture here I'm keeping. But yeah, not quite sure what to think about it. There's prints all over the place, but in the last day it has been melting out that way, and I can't find any where it would have come in, or if it's went out anywhere, anything other than the prints that are around the property and the structure itself. I just can't find anything. It's just really strange. So yeah, help me out if you can. And I have another story for you guys. It is from Kane, Pennsylvania. And once again, I did talk to Teresa directly over the phone. And, you can say this about anybody you want. I mean, if you haven't met him, including myself, gee, they sound like a good person. They sound like they're honest. It sounds like they'd be truthful, but it doesn't mean they are. So keep that in mind. When I read these, I have, other than doing, physical, hands-on, on-site research, I have no way to prove that they are true. I do try to call some local businesses, things like that, in the area to see if maybe they know the person, or heard of this story before or something like that. And the person, they do know. You mean she's an actual real person. She left her real name and so forth. But they said that particular area of the forest is Allegheny Forest, I think is what it's called, is just full of stories. So who knows? But keep that in mind. I'm just reading you something that she had sent me, and she wanted me to read this. So here we go. Greetings. My name is Teresa P. I live outside of Kane, Pennsylvania, basically in the Allegheny Forest area. I originally tried to get my encounter on Jeff Naldowny's Dogman show. He kept ignoring me until I called him a fake, so he blocked me. What an asshole he is. Yes, he is. A nice lady in the comments suggested you, so she gave me your channel info and your email. And whoever that was, I thank you. I appreciate it. Don't know if my encounter is classified as paranormal or cryptid. Maybe both. This took place July 2023 around 9 p.m. I took my Australian Shepherd Carmine out for his last potty of the night. It isn't uncommon at all to see people walking the nearby trails late into the evening on a cool summer night. Kane and the outlying areas are very safe, hardly any trouble at all. I always have my trusty headlamp, and Carmine's vest is fitted with a forward-facing LED light and a red strobe light facing the rear. Both are extremely bright. We were about 20 minutes into our potty walk on the Snakeback Trail when Carmine stopped dead in his tracks with cackles in full bloom. At the same moment, an ice-cold breeze came over us, and within this breeze was a muddy, musty smell like stagnant creek water. A few seconds later, a low bass moaning sound came from the right of us. Carmine was completely uncontrollable at this point. Just as Carmine was making himself ready for a launch to a full attack, he dropped to the ground and started whimpering like a scared little puppy. A split second later, this strange bluish light in the form of a large, broad-shouldered figure made its way up from the dark forest. I was able to see that this figure was a Bigfoot in ghost form, if that is possible. The huge figure was all of 8 feet. The eye sockets were basically dark holes the size of apples, with mouth wide open. It too was a huge black hole, but I could not see any teeth. The closer this creature came, the colder it became around me. There was a sense of electricity in the air. It felt charged. All my senses went dead. Hearing, smell, taste. I could see fine, but my head was buzzing inside. It was time for me to react because this thing was slowly getting closer and I had the fear of God in me. I didn't have any weapons and Carmine was basically in a trance. I quickly switched my headlamp to the fast strobe setting. It worked. This creature, that was no less than 20 feet from Carmine, and I let out a ear-piercing scream like a small child. It started to spin in a circle and raise up from the ground like a mini tornado. My fingers and toes started to tingle, and I was feeling lightheaded. All at once, there was a thunderous crack followed by a vivid ball of lightning, and it was gone. Carmen and I stayed in place for at least 5 minutes before we had all of our faculties together again. We made our way back home where I checked out Carmine and myself for any possible injuries. There were none. The only side effect I can link to what happened, I had a dull pounding headache for 2 days following, and Carmine slept for about the same amount of time, not waking for food or water. And my garage sale Timex watch I've had for 10 years stopped working. Oddly, it was stopped at 8:45 p.m. We were well into the trail by 9ish, and this happened after 9 p.m. I did mention this to the McKean County Sheriff Department, but nothing was ever relayed back to me if anything was found. Thank you for listening without ridicule or judgment, Teresa. And thank you, Teresa, for sending that in. Yeah, that's very interesting. I've heard of people saying that Bigfoot, Sasquatch could be in ghost form or spirit form, or they can transform into something like that. I can't comment a whole lot about that intelligently because I haven't really studied on that part of it to see what that phenomenon really is. But it's a very interesting story. And again, I talked to her, and she seemed honest. She was a nice person, but like I said, that's just That's just over the phone. So other than that, I don't have anything else to tell you people. Keep the stories coming in. I greatly appreciate it. And I wanted to let you know we've had my wife and I. Actually, she does more of the weeding out, so to speak, work with these emails and letters. And it's funny because we kind of know who they are, but we've been getting some BS stories sent to us on purpose. Okay, and they're trying to make me look like a fool, and that's okay. I've never claimed to be a smart man by any means, but come on, just you're making yourselves look like a fool. I think I know who you are, but just stop. All right, it's not going to gain you anything, and if anything, if anything comes out by me saying so, it'll probably make you less popular. So quit being an ass. All right. Uh, wow, isn't it crazy, people? How just a little nobody like me. It seems like everybody is wanting to take me down. Like I got this huge, multi-thousand subscription channel, and it's making tons of money, and how crazy is that? How crazy is that? I mean, I always thought of myself as being a likable person. I try to respect everybody. I don't talk bad about people. I do throw little, cracker crumb trails to people that are assholes, and maybe, to enlighten other people, who they might be. Usually let, the people figure out who they are on your own. But it's just crazy that, yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy that they're trying to take me down. But take me down from what? Uh, I don't understand it. I mean, they're never going to break me. I'm never going to go away. They sure the hells aren't going to scare me. So they're wasting their time. But yeah, I thought I'd throw that in. Getting some BS stories and some phone calls from certain states that I there again I'm pretty transparent and giving people my phone numbers, and some of these phone calls that are coming in and text and hang up calls, they're from the states that I've given my phone number out, and I kind of figured it was kind of a trap, but I thought, hey, what the hell, I'm I've gotten out of traps before. All right, people, as always, God bless, Godspeed, and we'll talk again.